Hey guys, I'm back. I had a couple things to say about the recent firmware update. I think I'm currently on version 6153, and I had some issues getting that update to install. So I'll pop up a quick screenshot here on the video as well. But when trying to get that update from iOS, basically it wouldn't do it. I kept retrying, and it would always fail out around 14-15%. And that was unplugged. If I plugged it in, it would just shut off at like 1%. But of course, the OneWheel was charged, so it was probably just shutting itself off because it was already charged at its 90% limit, which I have it set to. Which makes a little bit of sense. I would assume or would hope that, if it's detecting that it's doing a firmware update, that it wouldn't shut off. It would stay powered on even though it's plugged in. But apparently not. So either way, with it being unplugged, I did have a spare Android tablet. So I threw the app on there, of course. That was frustrating as all hell because I had to go through all of the introductory stuff again. So the brand new to OneWheel GT, and then of course the new firmware update, haptic feedback crap that you have to go through with that app. Would be great if there was an I understand button to skip all that. Seems like that should hold up in court. Like if you skip it and you hurt yourself, you can't really go after them because you didn't follow or read the manual. But forcing me to read the manual, that's also equally crappy. So I don't appreciate that. It was kind of a waste of time. Anyway, I digress. Don't come after me, J2 cents. That's your word. Sorry. I got that updated. So I normally ride Apex, and I tweaked a couple settings on that before I took off on a ride yesterday. Basically, I just took I'll have to look it up again, but I don't remember. Whatever the yaw and the turn is to keep that nose up when I'm turning. I increased those by, 2 points or so? And then during my ride, basically I figured out or could feel that when I was doing a toe curve, you would get some sort of a sound or a feeling coming from the motor. Now, it wasn't the haptic feedback that they show in their examples. And you'll see the videos that I'll show you, and you can clearly tell it's not. The other way I can tell is, A, I was going super slow. B, just trying to toe curve, you could feel that motor kind of just juddering as it's doing this, whatever Hall sensor effect sound it was making. I only say that based on stuff I've seen from Dato on some of his VESC videos, that I think it was the Hall sensors or something to do with that. I could be totally wrong though. So, additional testing, I found that, and maybe I'm going to cut all this out, but if I just went in a straight line and I lifted my heel, but I was still going forward a little bit, albeit super, super, super slow, like a snail's pace crawl, it would go ahead and do that same sound. And then, frustratingly, I switched Apex, so I went back into the custom shaping for Apex specifically and said revert to defaults, save and apply, but that did not solve the issue. It was still occurring. So from that point, instead, what I did is I just switched over to Highline. That took care of it. It went away. It was no problem at all. Rode the rest of my ride back to the house. It was no big deal. So I think what I'll do later today, if I get a chance, is I'll go back into Apex, see if it still is there. Hopefully it's not. I will try to reset the defaults again, save and apply, see if that problem still persists. And then maybe, if it does, I don't know, I'd hate to break another mode. I guess I could go into Bay, maybe, and tweak Bay and see if I can get Bay to break. I don't ever ride in Bay, so that would be fine if Bay breaks permanently or until they do another update. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. So I'll throw up some videos here. You guys can see what I was doing yesterday on my ride and kind of what the heck I was running into. It was trippy. It was really, really weird and felt super odd. It did not feel safe at that point. Of course, when I switched back to Highline, it was fine. So that's all I have to say right now.
The previous day.
Well, I got my OneWheel to update. I had to use Android to do it instead of my iPhone, but it worked, and I'm able to do custom shaping now. However, This is fun. Watch this. Right there. Right there. That was sketchy too, because I could feel it doing this the whole time. I'm not sure what dog just got killed. I hope nobody. Jesus. Anyway, I'm a little sketched out. I don't know. I've taken some pretty good falls before, so I already kind of don't, trust the thing entirely. I know a lot of that was me pushing 28.8 at sub 50% battery. Entirely my fault. But I've been riding trails where you just kind of hit some chunk and it goes like this, and you're nose diving, you're done. Hit pretty hard, so I don't know. I don't know what to make of that. Obviously, I'm still riding it, so risking life and limb and phone. Whatever, it's still fun. We'll see what updates they put out. Maybe they'll get it fixed. Definitely feels like a hall sensor of some sort. If FutureMotion doesn't get it fixed, if you can even hear me at all through the wind, I'll probably be vesking. So, yeah, shoot me some comments. Leave me some comments on what you think on the best approach to that. Do I just keep it like this, throw a little Fokker in it, and maybe a BMS if I can find one, or run BMS-less? I've also kind of just considered maybe buying the equipment from Float Wheel, just the control board, the BMS, and maybe any control, or the boxes if they have them, if they'll fit on the GT rails, or see if that's an idea at all. I don't have a clue. Probably a terrible idea. Somebody in the comments, lit me up, rip me a new one, educate me, really. So yeah, well, I'm gonna take it easy on this ride. She don't feel right after the update. Something's up. So anyway, see you.
He would in fact not be done yet.
All right, I think I figured it out, maybe. At least what's partially doing it with mine. So let me see if I can show you here. So if I'm riding and I go 1 foot off, it freaks the hell out. And I have single zone turned on now. I just wanted to test that. I didn't have it before when I showed you before. It was still on dual zone. But right now it's on single zone. And if I lift my heel, like that. Anyway. Let's see if we can do it at a more or less standstill. Holy shit. Jesus. Wish you guys could. Oh, God. Oh. That feels awful. Absolutely terrible. I just got the goat today, too. I was gonna do like a whole unboxing, and I got a nice descriptor from Flight Fins about it, and had some good details for you guys. I mean, I'll still do that, but I'm sketched out riding it. I can't lift my heel off, which can't take a toe turn at all. Well, I'm gonna hang up. We got some weather coming in. Storms are rolling in here. So I'm gonna head back. Try not to die. Wish me luck. Good God. Jesus, I don't know what to do. Help me.
Once again, he was not yet done.
Of course, I lied. I can't leave a good thing be. I am still headed back home, but I may have figured it out. I switched out of, so originally I had it in Apex. And in Apex, I tweaked the settings a little bit in there. So I bumped up my curve and yaw, whatever that is, the roll and yaw, so that would work a little bit better, or to keep the nose up on turns. Almost maxed out. I think it was, I don't remember the value. I'll see if I can go back and find it. But I'm wondering if that had something to do with it, just because it's mostly doing it when you're on a single foot or you're actually turning. And we'll see if that doesn't. I switched to Highline, even though so in Apex in the custom settings I did revert to default, save and apply. and it was still doing it. So something tells me maybe it just wasn't actually changing those settings back to default for Apex specifically. I flipped over to Highline. Of course, it feels much looser. It's not quite as responsive, but hey, dude, that's Highline. That's what it's for. And it's not really doing that noise anymore. So yeah, I'll let you know what I find out.
And yet, he was still not done. Finally, the idiot went home.